Well, first of all, let me just say hello to everybody at Penn State. It's a pleasure to have Ryan Kobrick as part of our team here, and I hope that you guys learn from him that you can have fun in the space business. This is, by the way, ST's model of Spaceship One that flew beautifully in the last couple of days, and to see that thing rocket to space and back in 5 days is amazing. You know, the fact of the matter is they were able to do these amazing things because they were willing to think out of the box. We are so constrained today by the way we think. People are unable to do anything new because they're scared to fail. And if you're scared to fail, then you are stuck doing things the way you are. And that's the reason that spaceflight hasn't changed in price at all in the last 4 years. I mean, basically, the price of spaceflight has gone up, and the safety has remained the same. It hasn't increased at all. So, you know, in order to really have breakthroughs, Burt Rutan speaks about this all the time, a breakthrough, the day before something was a breakthrough, it was a crazy idea. If it wasn't a crazy idea, then it wasn't a breakthrough. It would be an incremental improvement. It would be a small improvement. For something to be radically different, people need to say, oh, that's crazy, it'll never work. And I love Arthur C. Clarke, who says there are 3 phases to a great idea. The first phase is people say, yeah, it's a stupid idea, it'll never work, forget it. And when I first came up with the X Prize, I had a lot of that. The next phase of a good idea is people say, it might work, but it's not worth doing. And the third phase, Arthur Clarke says, you know, I told you that was a great idea all along. We came up with a 4th phase recently when people said, you know, that was my idea, what are you doing stealing it? So we need to have the ability to look at crazy ideas, and that involves the ability to fail. If you're not allowed to fail, then you can't stretch the envelope, and you're stuck always doing very, very small improvements.
Okay. How does this change the future of the space industry for those coming out of college?
Well, you know, up until now, the entire global market for space travel has been about 4 shuttle launches when the shuttle's operating, 4 Soyuz launches, and maybe 15 commercial satellite launches per year. It's a minuscule marketplace. It's not even really a market. There are 15 commercial launch operators around the world, from U.S., Chinese, Russian, Japanese, and so forth. You might want to move that paper. The marketplace is going to change drastically over the next 5 to 10 years. We're going to see not a dozen launches a year, but a dozen launches a day. The marketplace is 10,000 to 20,000 people a year spending $20,000 or $30,000 to go, a $2 to $3 billion a year marketplace. We're going to see ships like this and ships like the Canadian Arrow here that are going to be carrying passengers for hire. And it's a new generation, it's a new dawn. It's the equivalent of really the launch of the personal computer. I like to call it the personal spaceflight revolution. We used to have, computers used to be only the province of governments. And people say, well, what does the X Prize matter? The governments have been going into space for 40 years. But what matters is that these now are vehicles that you can own and seats you can buy. Just like the Apple became a computer that you could own and operate. That's what matters.
What was your favorite part of all of the past week's events? Your personal favorite moment?
Oh God, I think when I saw on the X1 flight when Mike Melville was literally spinning up to space, or rolling up to space, and I got on stage and I was narrating it, and I was saying, he's got a roll, and as I saw it slowing down, as the feather went up, and I saw him take back control of the vehicle, I said, well, now he's using his RCS system, and he's got it back under control. And that moment when he did that was fantastic. And then when Brian Binney on X2 made that perfect flight into space, that was awesome.
So what's the most important lesson that grads can learn, grads in the field like aerospace can learn from the X Prize?
I think the most important thing is that things can change. Miracles can happen. Follow your dreams. Just because the current status quo says this is the way it is, it's not the way it's always going to be. You're going to be in charge in the near future. You're going to be in charge of your future. So just because stuff has been flat for the last 40 years doesn't mean we can't have breakthroughs in physics, breakthroughs in technology. Go for it. Follow your dreams. I think we should go. Any other last pressing questions?
Yeah. When are you going to space?
Give me 2 years, and I'll go. We got a zero-G airplane now. You can go and get weightless, and that's exciting.
And one last quickie. How can students get involved, being that they have no financial way of supporting the X Prize?
Well, I think Ryan Kobrick can tell you more about how you can get involved. Volunteer services. The most valuable thing for getting into space isn't rocket fuel. It isn't lower cost structures. It's not better software. It's the human mind. The human mind committed. The human mind so insanely dedicated to opening up something. That's what makes all the difference. See you guys soon.
Go, go, go.